Hello. I just thought I'd come on today and give you a little bit of information about our new children's book, which is called Unicorns, Mermaids and Magical Tales. I love this cover, but this is a proof copy. I'll just lift it up so you can see a bit better. And we did notice that the colours hadn't come out quite as we'd intended. So there's been a few tweaks to that just to get that looking really vibrant and beautiful. Francesco, who designed the cover, has done an absolutely brilliant job. Um, Julia and myself wrote this together, and it's the first time that either of us, I think, have collaborated on a project with another author. It's been a fantastic experience. We both really enjoyed doing it. And the way that we've come together, both of us were trying to think what we should, make the theme for our book when we decided that we would like to work together. And we both adore unicorns and kind of all things magical and enchanting, really. Both have that love of children's stories and the beautiful fond memories of just being entranced and taken away by a magical story. So it was kind of a no-brainer, really, to do that. So it was about 6 months ago, I think, that we decided that we would do this. And the way we came together was we both wrote a collection of short stories and some poems to go in the book. Before I go on, I'm actually going to do a little reading for you. But before I do that, I'll just show you a few things inside the book. So we have this beautiful This Book Belongs To. I still really remember, loving putting my name in a book. There was something beautiful about that. Somehow it became yours once you did that. And then a very proud moment for myself here is seeing my daughter's name down as the illustrator, because she created a lot of the digital art that's in the book, illustrations to go with the poetry and the poems. And there is Francesco's name, if you could see there, who did a fantastic job on the cover. Let me just show you one or two other little bits. Bear with me. So I actually decided to get a little bit arty for this project. I am not arty at all, but I had a very brilliant book that helped me to do some of these things. I'll maybe talk about that in another video because I don't want to make this one too long. But this is one of the flourishes that I designed and drew using that book. And they come out absolutely brilliantly. Looks phenomenal. So just bear with me while I show you one of the illustrations. If I can find one. This is a fabulous illustration here that my daughter did that goes with a poem called The Broken Teapot. And I love it because it's all about putting the teapot together out of something old and making it beautiful. Right, so not to waste too much time, I thought that I would read a little bit from one of the short stories that I wrote, which is called A Little Bit Magical. It's based around the Westwood Witches. For those of you who follow me and probably hear all about the stuff that I post and things, you will know that the Westwood Witches is a young adult series that I did. And I wanted to write something that would go in this younger children's book because I just thought it would be nice, to make that connection. So here we go. It's called A Little Bit Magical. Joanna was born with the gift of magic and the joy of living. She wondered whether her wonderful granddaughter Aero would have magic too. So far, she'd not shown any signs, but there was still time, and there was no harm in helping her. A gentle little nudge in the right direction couldn't hurt. Being a witch was everything you might expect it to be. Mad, thrilling and exciting. There were also dangers, especially as her granddaughter didn't know. It was a secret the Westwood witches kept for the sake of all their safety. Joanna went to the Shadow Realm often to visit her friends, a world which was known only to them, filled with impossible creatures. Why, her best friend, Constello, was a unicorn. She knew at once that he would be only too happy to help her out. They'd have to be careful not to be seen. But just imagine if Aero saw something like that. Perhaps that would change everything. I could hardly believe my ears when Mum told me Grandma was coming to visit. We'd moved around so much because of my dad's work, I'd begun to forget what she looked like. I suppose most kids my age wouldn't mind not seeing their grandma for a bit, but I always felt like she brought a bit of home with her when she came, even though home wasn't really a place for us. Seeing her made me feel a little bit less homesick and not so lonesome. It seemed to me she carried a bit of that warm feeling inside her and doled it out to me when I needed it. I suppose you could say, to me, Joanna was home. I only had a day to plan before she got here, but at least I'd had some notice this time. Grandma had a tendency to drop in whenever she felt like it, rather like the weather, but it was always an unexpected ray of sunshine, rather than an unwelcome shower of rain. I felt a surge of excitement course through me at the prospect of her visit, and a hint of nervousness. What would be the best thing to do when she came? What if she wasn't how I remember her? I did my best to put that thought out of my mind as quickly as it came, because I knew such a thing wasn't possible. My mum and Aunt Louise were busy in the kitchen looking through some old books. It meant it was down to me to think of something to do to busy myself until Grandma Joanna got here. Aunt Louise had been living with us for a while now, moving right along each time Dad got a new job. I liked having her around. It felt sometimes like she and Mum had some kind of secret language. They would look at each other knowingly, and the next thing I knew, the two would have their heads together, deep in conversation, leaving me to fend for myself. It wasn't as if I ever had the chance to make any friends of my own, so I couldn't help but feel left out. Still, it wasn't all bad. Aunt Louise was kind, and I was never far from her thoughts. Today, she picked up maps of some local places for me to visit. I noticed on one she circled a wood called Azure Forest. I knew it would be a special place. She had an uncanny knack for finding the most magical spots to visit. I decided I would ask Grandma to take me, because just like me, she loved the outdoors, and I couldn't think of anything more perfect than a picnic in the woods. Right, I think I'll leave it there so that we don't go on too long with the video. I'll probably do another one as well with maybe some poetry. Thanks for listening. Bye.